Hi, y'alls. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I kind of just wanted to do it for fun to see if anybody would be down for it. Um, but I was just thinking about the promo tour. Hola. I was just thinking, oh, no, I still think I like it a little bit down. But maybe I don't know. Um, I I was just thinking about the promo tour, and if can folks write down which countries they did go to in what order? Just I'm just trying to jog my memory. If it was Australia first, was it Australia, Italy, New York, Brazil, Canada, Ireland, and then back to London? Hey, Kels. Is that the right one? Can folks write down what the correct order of the promo tour was? Okay. People are saying that how I remembered it was correct. Okay. So I was just wondering if how many people here remember what interviews or what happened in each of those in those places. Because I was thinking, thank you, Sarah Beth. I was thinking that I wanted to do kind of like a Lukola SuperBowl. I mean, I don't want to assume Brazil would win. You know what I mean? A user with a lot of numbers right behind it said, wait, where was first? I believe it was Australia that was first, like that they physically went to. I believe the actual like tour, promo tour, I guess started earlier than going to Australia, but Australia was the first place they went to. But I just didn't know. I need fans that really loved watching the promo tour and can remember distinctly what happened in each of those tours. And we could do a little mini Lukola SuperBowl. Thanks, Ronnie. And so I just need fans that I've actually talked to here that like I know we've engaged enough, like either via DM or you're one of my subscribers or something. Thank you, Anna, or is it Anna? And so my question is, okay, if Australia and then Italy and then New York. So we'll take those three first. Is there anyone in the space right now that I've engaged with that I know that knows things that happen in Australia, like the Australia promo tour? Would be like you would feel like you thank you, Mayfair B. You would feel like you are the best person to represent Australia. Anybody in the space who thinks like you can represent Australia and what happened in Australia and why you think it should win the Super Bowl of Lukola, uh, you know. And you have to be convinced, you know. I just don't want people to give up and think, oh, for sure, Brazil is the outright winner for the Lukola Super Bowl. I want to believe that people can believe that, oh, Julia underscore Owens 07 says this something happened in Australia. Well, I want someone who knows what happened. I mean, the answer is like I don't know. That's the whole point. I would like people to battle for the country and say like this piece of Lukola history was important and it happened in Australia or whatever. And I know that sometimes people think no, the Super Bowl of Lukola would win out in Brazil. But then I feel like there's ways to like battle for your particular like a section of the promo tour, because I think every section of the promo tour had something for us as Lukola fans. So my question is though, is there anyone that could talk or remember about Australia? So my question is though, is there anyone that could talk or remember about Australia? Internet has still frozen, huh? Okay, I'm gonna try again. No. Is it? Oh my word. Is it being this bad right now? Not back yet. I'm so bummed. I'm so bummed. Oh, okay. Okay, I think it had to be because... Okay. I think it had to be because I turned it off, turned it back on. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Nat Leon said, I'm afraid to say, but we're back. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to give you false hope, and it turns out not to be the case. So I don't know if people heard what I'm asking for. So anybody who is willing to represent the promo tour in Australia, you can't hear me, Love May? Oh my word. If this is the case, I better end this. I want to end this if that's the case. I'm going to end this and see if I can... Okay, it's not frozen? Okay. Okay, I was like, I'm going to give up if this is the case. Okay. So I'm looking for 3... I need 3 people for right now. We'll do the other countries later. But I mean, a little bit later today. But I need Australia to come in. Actually, let me just do the first 2, because I'll do a head-to-head. And then we'll vote. People will vote based off of what Australia and Italy share. Thank you, RMG3. Oh, 3867. It's look at the corgi shake. That's my favorite. That's literally my favorite. Just because the corgi shake. So, I know some folks might be like, I don't want to be on live. But is there anyone who might represent Australia and who might represent Italy? And then we'll vote. Anybody? Kimorova Girl said, what are we talking about? I'm talking about, I want us to have like a little mini Lukola SuperBowl where people are talking about the promo tour. And whoever comes in for each of the countries will share why their country deserves to win out over the other country they're battling. So Australia will battle Italy. And Philip says, in what respect? You know what? It really comes down to how convincing people are of what they bring up and how convinced the audience will be. I mean, the audience will decide which ones they think. Like, I don't know if there's a particular... I don't know. I don't know if I have a particular... And Philip says, but like Brazil, can we compete? Well, it really depends. Because I remember I did a thing called Battle of the Fans, because I'm such a big football fan. And the team that ended up winning that big thing was not, what do you call it? Was not the typical team that you would choose to win, but they were very convincing. So I'll add something to the pot here. If the person who ends up being the most convincing, so what will happen is Australia will battle Italy, and then whoever wins that round, that person will battle New York, and then whoever wins that round will battle Brazil, and then until we get to the end. And so I just want to know if there's anybody who will be willing to join me live to represent one person to represent Australia and one person to represent Italy. Because I think those are... no, right now, Melissa, be ready on your toes kind of thing. Be ready on your toes. Be ready to defend Lukola at any moment kind of situation. And why Australia was like so important, or why Italy was so important. Because to me, there were distinct things that happened both in like Australia and in like Italy that I could think of, but I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away. I'm freezing again. Oh, should I just cancel this? Should I cancel this live? Okay. No, you're fine. Okay. Anyways, am I missing anyone who is willing to come on board to battle for Australia? Or oh, okay, when people first join, it freezes. Okay, got it. Is there anyone who wants to join for Australia versus Italy. Is there anyone that knows it enough? I guess. Oh, Shelly's like, do we have any Australians on here? And also, we need to know the promo tour enough that if somebody tries to bring up something and makes it sound like it's from another country, like people will know that that didn't happen there, you know? Ooh, Sammy B says, I'm Australian. Now, Sammy, I've never engaged with you before. I usually have to trust people before I put them on live, but tell me a little bit more about yourself, Sammy. Did you watch the Australian promo tours a lot? Tell me how much what do you know about Lukola and the fandom there? Unless you're not even interested on getting getting to be a guest anyway, because you're like, I'm good. Also, Italy. I'm looking for someone who can represent Italy. You don't have to be from the country. You just... Okay, Sammy B says, no, I didn't. I'm new to the fandom. Well, welcome to the fandom, Sammy B. Okay, Kimorova Girl says, there was a lot in Australia. Are you willing to be representing Australia, Kimorova Girl? And be able to explain, like, the significant moments that happen on Australia and see if it can battle with Italy? You're like, I'm not great there. Any takers? Because I think it would really be fun. Another way to do this that may feel less intimidating for people is, how about this? This is a different version that might be less intimidating for people. Can a person share a moment in Australia? Okay, Kimorova Girl said, I'll do Australia. Okay. Maybe how we can make this happen, Kimorova Girl, is someone will do like a moment in Australia, like talk about a moment in Australia, and then someone will talk about a moment in Italy, and then we will do a poll and see which one wins out of like the most significant in the Lukola history. Maybe that'll feel less intimidating for folks than trying to convince people. Maybe it'll be just easier to just remember a moment that happened and why you think it would be fun. Oh, and Phillips is like, maybe we can have categories. We could. And Phillips like funniest or flirtatious or tension filled. Okay, hold on. Let me get Kimorova Girl on here. We could do that. So we'll do that first. I just invited you, Kimorova Girl, to do Australia. Who can come in to do that we've engaged enough and I know you. But that is what do you call it? Italy. Italy's the other one. Anybody willing to come in with Italy? What? Oh, hey, Kimorova Girl. I'm just waiting for someone to come in saying that they might be willing to represent Italy. Hi. Hello. Okay. Anybody who knows? Okay, people are putting some good ones in the chat right now, but I'm trying to remember. Was that in Italy? I mean Australia. All of those in Australia.
What, the arm grab?
Well, the arm grab. I think nothing. I almost feel like nothing can beat the arm grab. Okay.
Where she's going down the stairs.
Okay, so the first offering that Kimorova Girl has is the arm grab. Like Luke was going for the hand, and Nicola went for the arm. So, okay, what is an Italy moment that can go against that? What is an Italy moment? Because now it's getting hard to find people who would be willing. Oh, was Italy the mass proposals? Or the paddle game? Oh, okay. Which should go head to head on this one? What do you think Kimorova Girl should be put head to head with the arm grab?
Oh, I would be out. That marriage proposal was pretty good.
Okay, we're going to put, here we go. We'll put that as the two options here. I'm going to do a poll. So red is the arm grab when Luke was going for the hand, but Nicola went for the arm going down the stairs in Australia, versus the mass proposal situation where Nicola jokingly proposed to Luke in Italy. So that's going to be blue. So red is the story in Australia, and then the blue would be the Italy one. Which one would y'all choose, and see which one battles out? Okay, right now we've got we've got 1 for Italy. Okay, 10 for Italy. My word, Australia's one? I mean, that was pretty significant. Okay, 20 for Italy. Okay. And we'll do a best out of 3 on here. But
We
right
already have
now,
another one too.
because I think we have options for both Australia and Italy. But oh my word, Italy is winning dramatically with this head to head of like the arm grab versus the mass proposal. So I think, how do you vote? It's either that smiley face or the crying face. The crying face is the blue one. The smiley face is the red one. Ronnie said it should probably be more comparable. It's what would be more comparable, Ronnie? I'm just gonna add you again, and you can help lead this with Kimura, Girl, and I, as we're trying to figure out
Okay.
how to
No, I was gonna
decide what's gonna go with what.
Oh, I was gonna say that for that particular type of arm touch that was happening in Australia, I think the comparable one was right when the proposal just started and Luke reached for Nick first.
Yes.
In like before she turned around and was like jokingly, "Will you marry me?" I think because I think everyone
I know which one you're talking about.
Okay, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember.
So like the camera's on them and everyone is starting to do the proposals. But when the camera's on them, he's in his chair and he immediately reaches for her arm and then she scooches over in her chair towards him. So I think the comparable there is specifically that first reach, not the actual her turning around and jokingly saying, "Will you marry me?" and
you're
him
right.
saying
It was too big of a leap. That's why it was overwhelmingly winning.
Yes.
I like your thinking, Ronnie. I like your thinking.
That wouldn't work.
Okay, oh wait, Ronnie, why did you go? I didn't mean just to help with that one thing. Stay unless TikTok updated your screen again. What happened? Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna redo this poll, y'all, because Ronnie's right. I was too big of a gap. So first version is Australia, the arm grab.
Oh, you said it disconnected me.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's weird. Let's try again. Okay, so the first one will be, did it invite you, Ronnie? You just need to accept it. Oh, I need to accept it. I'll accept it. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I don't know. My TikTok has been behaving weird since yesterday. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm hoping my TikTok will stay alive and not freeze, because apparently it's not fun to freeze. Okay, so we're gonna go red again. It's Australia. This is when they're going down the stairs. Luke offers his hand, but Nicola grabs his arm instead. And then Italy, describe it, Ronnie, is what?
It's when everyone is starting to do the proposals and Luke's immediate reaction is to reach for Nick unprompted and for her to scooch over a little bit in her chair.
Okay. So those are the two competitions that are more comparable than the original version I threw out. And so we're going to start that poll. And for those who've never done the polls, there is a emoji that you would use. In the red, it's this like smiling emoji with like this the teeth and the eyes. I'm so bad at it. But then the other one is a crying emoji for the blue. And you'll see it in like the color up on top. So you'll know which emoji you should use in order for it to count. So we're going to start that poll and see what people have. And while they are doing that, if you Ronnie and Kimura Girl, if you both could think of another potential head-to-head, because it'll be the best like out of three, like 2 out of 3. Like if one country beats out the other,
Okay.
it's out. You know, so think of another event that you think is comparable that happened in Australia, and then happened in Italy.
Okay.
I got one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, what is it, Komorova girl?
Oh, when they're the bees, when she's protecting him from the bee because she
Okay,
said
so
that he's allergic.
Okay, so we're gonna get ready. That's gonna be the second one. The poll is ending for the first one that we just did, and by the way, like Italy has blown again. Even though we did a comparable one, it's like no like it's.
I think
Okay,
it's just,
so right now we got a point for sure for Italy
because because Luke like reached for her first for whatever reason. I think that just made it stronger. I guess I don't know.
Well, I don't know because both was Luke reaching out.
I think it was also the setting.
That's true.
The setting of it.
Yeah, I guess
Maybe it's the proposal, it's the romantic feel of it. Even though Nicola did say like walking hand in hand would be considered like love for her. And I think that's why she went for his arm, not his hand. Even though they stand, I know it's controversial. I always say like the whole holding hands thing, the actual full like version of the question was holding hands while walking. And that's why I've always said just because they held hands while they're standing doesn't mean the same thing. It's while she is walking. And that's why I think she does a very intentional arm grab rather than like, because that feels more intimate to her, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so if the Australia one is when Nicola is protecting Luke from the bee sting, what do you say, Ronnie, would be comparable for Italy that we can offer up?
I don't know.
Is there anything else?
Because the little bee swatting, because it was such different like settings. Like maybe the photo op on the balcony.
Oh my word! I feel like Italy's gonna win. I just feel like Italy will win all these
Are you
things.
talking about the Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah, the balcony, the Juliet
Yeah.
balcony.
Do we have anything that's comparable to that? More of a girl in Australia.
The most memorable thing for me in Australia that made me like do like that second
the
look.
Filipino words.
Yeah.
Filipino words.
Yeah, that was a
When
good
they're
one.
doing the what do you call it? Like the words are the same, but in like different meanings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're friends.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, do you think that's comparable or not comparable? I feel like that's not fully comparable, but I like that one better than the B one.
Yeah.
Ronnie,
Yeah.
is there something more comparable? I feel like the paddle game somewhere there could be comparable.
Yeah. Yeah, the paddle game versus the word game. I think that's comparable.
Okay. All right. So this one will be in Australia. There was an interviewer who asked what a Filipino word meant, and they were like, and Nicola was like, friends, like with a question mark. That's option one. Or Ronnie, I mean, not Ronnie, Italy had the paddle game. Is there a specific time in the paddle game we want to put up next to that friends one? We can't just say the whole paddle game.
When she hits it. That's like the most
When she talked
memorable
about
thing.
mixed signals,
Yeah. So yeah.
mixed messages. Okay.
Yes.
Messages.
So so Australia, the friends, Filipino word for friends,
Yeah.
or the Italy one where she hits him with a paddle and says mixed messages.
Yeah.
Okay. So red is Australia, blue is Italy.
That's
and so
actually-
we're going to do
that's
another.
such a good parallel too, because it's like legit the same thing. It's like friends or lovers or like mixed message. Like it's like same thing.
Oh, it's a mixed message. Yeah. Which ones? I had a feeling. My word. You know what? I didn't know for sure if Italy would win out
I didn't either.
so much in this one, but like y'all, like it's a fight. I mean,
Because
it's a
there's so
fight
many
here.
cute moments in Australia too, like the flower crown stuff, where they're
Yeah,
they're
but
making
even that, I still don't think could somehow beat out some of the
Yeah.
things. Maybe because there's so much going on in Italy right now.
Yeah.
I mean, like so much like stuff.
It's
Yeah.
so romantic.
Yeah, it is romantic. Yeah.
It was really romantic. We don't need a third situation here. So this means that Italy is going to have to, it's going to move ahead because we have 4 seconds in this poll and it was overwhelmingly Italy that was chosen. So the next one is New York. So we're going to have, now you can't repeat the same Italy, like portions, like things that stood out to you. It has to be a new situation, a new Italy moment. So Italy moment versus a New York premiere moment. So I don't know what can y'all think about what scenario happened in Italy that could be comparable to what happened in New York?
I would
That
just
could
say
go head to head.
the only ones that I know from New York would be like them grabbing each other's hands.
Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one. The one where he's kind of looking for her hand. The one that brought, isn't that what brought Heather into the fandom? So that's the one where they're standing on the red carpet and he's kind of like looking around, but trying not to look like he's wanting to hold her hands. But when he finds her hand, he just like, plops it there. Okay, there's gotta be. So what's the comparable that happened in Italy? Oh, unless it's going to be too hard to keep going back to Italy's moments, we could just go New York versus
Canada.
What was next? Was it Brazil? What was after New York? Was it Brazil?
I thought it was New York and then Italy. Was that wrong?
No. Italy came before New York.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, people are saying
Brazil would have been next.
Yeah, people are saying
that's kind of hard to beat too.
Yeah,
but
we can't do that.
But I mean, somebody's going to go up against Brazil anyway, no matter what. So
well, I think we can.
I'm not going to say that it's a given that it has to be Brazil.
Sure,
because there's a lot of moments, Yeah. But anyways, what are folks thinking would be comparable in London? I mean, not London, in New York. Let's see what people are saying, because I was like,
the IKEA furniture build. When was that? Was that London or when was that Canada?
That's Canada.
Okay, that was really cute.
There was a lot of good ones. There was a lot of good ones in Canada.
Yeah, that chip thing
too.
Ooh,
okay. Just Lee 678 said the body tug during the photo shoot in Italy.
Sorry.
The body tug, when they're standing together in the photo and like Luke just tugs her in even closer.
Oh, sorry.
You remember that?
Was that on stage?
Now I do.
Oh, wait. For New York, I'd pick that hug. Wait, which hug? What hug? What hug? Oh, that hug! That long hug. Like they acted like they hadn't seen each other earlier that day.
Oh, and the shiny dress.
Like forever.
Yes, that's adorable.
Oh, that one's good. Okay,
so
what do y'all think we should do? Like, which one should we do head to head?
Would the long hug in New York and the sparkly dress?
The body pull.
What did you say, Kimura girl?
With
the body pull.
Okay, so body pull versus the New York hug.
Yeah.
Okay, so body pull in Italy will be red. So red is Italy this time. Body pull, red, Italy. Or the long hug that they gave each other like they had not seen each other for years in New York. That's blue. Okay, so we're going to do that.
I'm sorry, guys. When you say body tug, my brain is still with paninis and triangles, okay? Like, I can't.
That was hilarious.
I will try to clarify in the future. Okay, this one is a New York. New York is pretty much going out the box here. Pretty much. Definitely. I mean, because literally when they hugged, Mr. I do not like hugs, like was holding on for dear life. Like he was holding on to that one little what was that clip of him on a rope swing?
Yeah.
He was holding on to her for dear life. So
the blue is New York.
I mean, I think that it's sometimes these things are like no competition.
Yeah.
You know? but at the same time, it's good that it's no competition for the other city. I mean, or the other country or city or whatever it might be we're going by, because
You know what we could also do,
the
Phoebe?
New York City won on that one. We just need one more, unless they tie up on this one.
I think-
Another situation? Oh, go ahead.
So no, sorry, I was just gonna say generally, I think you should do another one of these games where it's like all the looks that Luke gives her and just compare, like put them against each other.
Oh, like grab pictures and show pictures and say which one.
Yeah, like which look beats the other.
Well, I mean,
Look is superior.
we could.
Good one.
Someone asked if we can talk about today's rumors, but I don't know what today's rumors is. Is it what I was saying about a potential
heard about
breakup?
The breakup that's all over X.
Where did that rumor come from even?
They don't know.
Oh, well.
That
I think someone's trying to
the
manifest. Is
invitation.
that what is happening? Here's the thing. It's hard to believe in a breakup that was never announced of a beginning of a relationship in the first place.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's hard for me to be like, I've been
What
waiting
breakup?
for any sign of a relationship on Luke's page, and he never has. So I'm like,
Yeah.
how can I acknowledge a breakup
they
of
wanna
a
talk about
relationship that never started in my
nurture.
brain?
Say that again, Kamara.
I mean, I'm not, and when I say it never started, I'm not saying he didn't date her. I'm not saying he didn't date her, but so I don't want people to misunderstand that. I'm not in denial to the point that I don't realize that she has some sort of place in his life. I'm just saying it's not a significant enough relationship to him. I think that it's like, let me rephrase that, because even though I think it's a situationship and a friends with benefits situation, doesn't mean it's not sad for the person if it's true.
Sure.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I don't want to be uncaring, but at the same time, I'm like,
we know, Phoebe, like we know you now well enough to where we know you're not being unkind. You're just speaking facts. Like, fact of the matter is that it was never established to us as the public, technically. So if they do break up, like, big whoop, I mean, we can celebrate quietly.
yeah, I mean, I guess to me, it's like when people are like, they broke up, and I'm like, when did he ever say she was more than like what she was? A person who was always there in friend group situations. I mean, a lot of the times we see her, she is in a trip with all his friends.
Right.
So I guess I'm just like, I mean, I hope that if this relationship was actually as significant as some people try to make it out to be, I hope that her friends are there for her as she grieves the loss of it if it's really over. Yeah. But at the same time, to me, it's the togetherness is a rumor and this breakup is a rumor. Like, you know?
Yeah, it's all a rumor.
I think Luke is just going to keep on trucking like he's been trucking, which is like with no acknowledgement of this person in any of his stuff.
That's totally fine. That's his prerogative.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that's all I can really say. I mean, the only way I suppose that we would know for sure is Luke does not typically keep people he formerly dated in his life. Sure. So the only way you would probably notice that she is truly not part of his life anymore is if he unfollows her and unlikes every single photo.
You know that people are going to be watching, so we'll find out about that at some point.
Yeah, that's the only way that you would know for sure, because Luke does not typically keep residue. Not residue.
Residue?
I didn't mean the residue. I don't know what the right word is, but he doesn't typically keep any, like, no matter how significant that relationship was or not, you know what I mean?
Yes.
He doesn't usually try to keep that any remnants. Maybe remnants is a better word than residue.
Remnants is good.
Sorry.
Remnants is good.
Residue. Somebody said residue.
Sorry. But yeah. Oh, that was savage. I was not even trying.
Ronnie's dying.
Michelle said, I don't think you can recover from that. Oh my. Okay. See, I told you, Ronnie and Kimura girl, I am not funny.
You are funny.
I'm only funny if I don't try to be, because I was not.
Which is,
I was not
that's the
trying to
best
take
way.
people out.
That's the best way. It's the best way.
It's kind of like even today, like I didn't expect everybody to be like Phoebe when I had put up the picture about like wanting to know the measurements, because I was just truly for I am very much a fact checker, and I was just like, what is that, like a guesstimate on her behalf, or what is this? And like I was, because I'm the same height as her, I was like, okay, I'm 5 foot, she's 5 foot. Like what is the distance from my arm to my, like my shoulder to my shoulder? If I did the same level, can I get, like, so I literally came out with this.
Oh my God.
I was like going from my shoulder to my shoulder. And let's see. So, I mean, like assuming that I have the same broadness of shoulder as her, and then she kind of went like this to this. I mean,
Oh my God.
I mean, it could be 8. I mean, I think. Sure. But I just wanted to be factual, and I brought out my tape measure, but I was like, I don't know.
I mean,
Alyssa said not the measuring stick on hand. It was because I literally tried this morning. I thought, because the person who does those videos where he's like trying to guess people's heights, he usually has a starting point, and I thought I was the perfect starting point as a person who's the same height as Nicola. Sure. And I was like, and you know how like from your fingertips to your fingertips is your actual height? So yes. I'm feeling like my shoulder to my shoulder. Jenny said, what are you trying to measure, Phoebe? I was trying to measure what Nicola was measuring in her mind.
When she said long cookie.
It was, I mean, was it like around, like, was it, how far, tell me when to stop. Hey, how far was her distance of her hand?
I was thinking it was between 6 and 8 inches, which is realistic.
Was it right here? Was it this length?
How long is that you're holding? What is it?
M. Phillips says Phoebe has the nerve to say she wasn't funny, and then pulls out the tape on the floor. I'm sorry. Oh wait. Okay, people are thinking it is this length. I mean, does that seem like the picture? Does that match the picture?
Yes, it does. Actually, it's like yes, because she didn't have her arms extended that far, so I was thinking it's like 6 to 8 inches. It has to be between 6 and 8.
Because the other option somebody did say was this. I actually think that's shorter.
That is short. It should be 8.
Holding up. I think it might be 8. You're right.
Yeah, Tiffany's like, let's compromise and say 7. We'll compromise and say 7.
Oh, okay. Actually, it might be 7.
Yeah, it's 7. Either way,
because when she was holding up her hand like this. Wait, no, she was kind of holding. I don't know.
Well, remember,
like she seemed to be going off of memory.
She was leaning to her left in the chair, and then she just lifted her arms up.
Oh yeah,
and just did it naturally. So I'm thinking 7 to 8.
Is it like? Was it? She was kind of like this angle. Sorry, I'm trying to be very factual here. Trying to be very factual.
Happy Panini Day, guys.
Jessica said, talk about a photogenic memory.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Your pose had me dying, Ronnie.
Oh, girl. I mean, I swear to God, between yesterday and today, I don't even know how I'm still alive right now.
I mean, and the funny thing is, it's really like
a panini party.
Yeah, it is a panini party. Sorry, go on.
Tired_teacher04 says, I'm a health teacher, so I'm always unhinged. Watching Lady said, so which part of Luke is it? Watching Lady. Watching Lady. Oh my word. Nick was describing the long cookie. And the thing is, okay, y'all, when she said the long cookie, also like I know that somebody suggested it was the finger cookies or whatever. But
Yeah,
my question was like, what
lady
long
finger.
cookies? The only long cookie you can think of, like I knew that what I don't know if it was out around that time was like someone said it, but Subway came out with a long cookie, but that's like a foot long. So that couldn't be it.
No,
But-
they were like the
Or were
traditional.
they shorter? Were they long cookie shorter for
The-
Subway?
No, they were longer, but the
Oh.
the one that the one. Sorry, the one that everyone was talking about on Twitter were the lady fingers, because lady fingers are a long cookie.
Oh, lady fingers are long cookies.
Yeah.
And how long are lady fingers?
They're about, what would you say, guys? Like maybe 5 inches? 5 inches?
I mean, can someone
4
Google
inches?
how long lady fingers are?
Yeah, can someone Google that real quick for science?
Because we want to fact check. I mean, because sometimes people are really bad at, like, I cannot measure, like, off the top of my head. Like, like
Michelle-
those great carpenters that they've been doing, like, those TikToks where they're, like, measure, like, stop where it is 6 inches, and they could do it like that. Like, they just know what 6 inches looks like.
Yeah.
But, like, sometimes people, like, think something is 6, or think something is 8, and it's, like, really 6.
People
All
are
those
saying
different
4
things.
inches for lady fingers.
Oh, okay. That's not that.
No.
That's not that much.
Some people are saying 5 inches, but yeah.
But, okay, so then would it have looked like this? Or what? Oh, wait, 5.
She
When she was holding her fingers?
yeah, like she held them pretty naturally. Like she wasn't going too exaggerated. Like her hands just kind of shot up. So like that's why I was thinking
that's the thing.
she was saying 6 inches. That's why I
Yeah.
thought she said 6 inches.
The thing is, like, she didn't even realize how awkward that moment was. She tried to
girl.
course correct.
Yeah, of course.
And she's
she
like,
did.
I don't know why I did that.
She's like, that was weird.
Yeah. And we're like,
It's like,
Really?
isn't it, Nick? Isn't it? That girl, the both of them, they're so unhinged.
They say so many inside thoughts outside.
I know. It's insane. It's insane.
Uh-oh. Eli said, or Ellie, I think it's Ellie. Have you seen Tiff's edit with the milk? I have not, but I can only imagine. What is it?
You can imagine.
Okay. I was like, I can only imagine. But anyways. Okay. Take a poll. That one wins. But that, I don't know when that interview happened. Where was that interview? The corgi's back. Shake the booty.
Yeah, when was that? I don't know
When was that? I know it was a Tumblr interview. That's the interview with the whole like long cookie. That was a Tumblr interview, but I don't know where. And I'm trying to remember her outfit. I should remember. It was like white. It was a white outfit. When did she wear white outfits? Was that? I mean, it wasn't Italy, was it? I mean, she wore white outfits in Italy, but I don't think she looked like. It feels like it was later in the press tour or the promo tour.
Watching Lady from London. She thinks it was London.
Okay, people think it was
Oh, New York City.
Oh, but then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 user. Why did you laugh? I was reading the name wrong. It's not even that funny, but you got me laughing when you laughed. Sorry. Tumblr was in New York City day after premiere. Oh, so it was in New York City.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay, New York City. Oh, okay. If it was in New York City, what would be comparable in Italy that we could put it like against so that people can vote? I mean, I feel like New York City has already won, but like, let's just get the logistics out there. What's a comparable moment in Italy?
To the lady fingers?
To the lady fingers. I know there's nothing comparable potentially. I'm trying to think.
What are the
happened in
many
Italy?
slips that Luke has had?
Was it
More
the
of a girl
ones that
seems
they
to
were
have-
sharing?
Say it.
Where they had put one in my edit. I think it was or was that Brazil? No, that was Brazil. My bad. I
Oh,
was
you're
thinking that was
talking about the
Italy.
sharing of the food. Yeah, that's Brazil.
Yeah.
Oh, the disappearing picture. Someone just said, Caitlin, where
That he likes the disappearing picture, and it's like, oh, it's not like that.
yeah, it's not anything weird. It's just,
So wait a minute, did that happen in Italy?
so Fiona said that was London.
Okay. So
Okay.
I love the fact checking because I'm like, I'm not sure that was in Italy.
Yeah.
How about would this be comparable? It's when everybody was asking why they were both fixing their clothes that night. Like Nicola was fixing her like outfit, and Luke came right behind her. Like it's the famous clip where people talk about like, this is Nicola's like personal space, and Luke also likes Nicola's personal space. That video, but they're both fixing their clothes. Do y'all remember that moment?
Yeah. Is that comparable, guys?
Is that a comparable moment? Maybe not. But I mean, it's hard. Okay, so people are saying yes.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, we're gonna just do that. Yeah. We're just gonna do that because
lady fingers.
I don't know if it's a comparable moment to the fingers. Okay, I mean the to the what? Okay, so we're gonna go Italy fixing clothes, red, and then the long cookie in New York. Yeah. So we're gonna do. Yes. I mean, I feel like that's gonna be a given, but we'll let's go. Okay, it's okay. It's going back and forth. Okay, whoa, this is going back and forth more than we thought. Wow. Okay, this is a good one. See, it is more comparable. It is more comparable. This is the first one that's like 6'8". Wow. Okay, 9'9". Okay, the people are like, no, it's not a given. Okay, folks, if you know how to vote. Okay. Okay, y'all do know that red is the Italy one, right? But then they were fixing their clothes. So that's different, maybe because like okay, people are saying which one you're switched. Red is Italy with the fixing of clothes.
Yeah.
Blue is the one about the Tumblr interview about long cookie.
It's invading personal space. Like Italy's winning. Invading personal space or lady fingers.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, this one actually got beat out. Okay.
That's crazy.
Oh, that was unexpected. Well, it was kind of, but you know what? Maybe the reason. Why do you think that won out? Because people were like, for sure.
Well, I think people didn't know which one was which. I think
let's start it again. Did people just not know which one was which? Because we can redo it again if y'all didn't know which one was which.
A lot of the people were asking which one is which.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it again.
Okay. Well, okay. So Lydia said, okay, no contest for me. One is an unhinged comment and one was physical action. Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
So it has to, whatever we put up against it has to be just words.
Okay.
Not actual action.
Okay.
Okay. What's an Italy moment that was
unhinged?
Let's see. I feel like it has to be in the paddle game moment.
Hey, M. Phillips, can you think of an Italy moment that's comparable to when Nick was describing Colin as a long cookie?
Okay, Kristen threw out the fight they were having in the hot corn interview. We did the mixed messages already, so we cannot do that. Did the panini happen in Italy? Because that would be comparable. Did the panini happen in Italy?
I think that was London.
That was London?
Yeah, because I was on the radio.
That was a radio interview.
Yeah, that was a radio interview.
So, do you think the Will You Marry Me is comparable?
To the ladyfinger? Absolutely not. The wedding proposal would totally knock that out of the park.
Okay. Everyone thinks we're in love, allegedly? Or I'm in love with you, or that?
Yes, someone just brought that up.
Do you think that? It's so hard. I mean, because they do say unhinged things that I think are comparable. I just don't think it happened in Italy.
Yeah, that's tough.
What happened in Italy? That would be comparable. I don't know if the Red Alert said don't call me Tyler dude, but I don't think that would be comparable.
The lady whistle accent. So I'm guessing like his reaction to her accent, was that in Italy? I guess it was in Italy.
That one.
That
Yes,
yeah, I think so.
Okay. Because that has to do with
the
words.
one where he's saying, I would rather you do it in that accent.
Yeah, I think that was Italy.
Okay. Do you think that
was Italy because it was the same.
Do you think? Okay, so do you think that is comparable?
Yeah, I think so because it's both words.
Yes.
Okay. So Italy is the Nicola's posh accent. Elliot says. So red equals Italy posh accent. Blue is long cookie, New York. So posh accent red, long cookie blue. Okay. So does everybody know what it is now? Hopefully.
Italy.
So we're going to go again. Which one? Oh, okay. And what was expected happens this time around.
Tiffany's
Which
just
was
like
New
7
York
inches.
is going to be winning out. Oh yeah, okay. Put that smiley face, that emoji there. That's how you vote. If you wanted to do red, because someone said they didn't know how to vote. It is that smiley face red.
Oh, that one totally made out.
The look of his was unhinged, and they were together. Oh, okay. I hear what you're saying. But without a doubt, this one was a lot more. And it did make sense that when we did put it back, like we put the action versus the words that the action would have won out. It makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so New York advances. So no more talk of Italy. Now we're just doing New York and Brazil.
Okay. Oh God.
Oh God.
So. But again, it has to be things that actually we know happened. It can't be all the speculation of what happened. It has to stay in like things that we actually saw happen in Brazil definitively.
Okay.
So what are we choosing for New York and what are we choosing? Oh my word, that's a good one. Richardson Swan said there was a carriage downstairs. So that one. Oh, when he grabbed that mic without even looking.
Dude, like everything happened in Brazil. Like this is.
I know. It's so hard. It is so hard.
You know that it's gonna win. Brazil's gonna win out.
Yeah, I think we need to take Brazil out of the equation and just leave it to the rest of the locations because Brazil was peak unhinged. Like out of everything,
I just don't want to say it's a given, but okay, fine. We'll take Brazil off.
You can take New York because we know that Brazil's going to win, and then do a different country.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, so it's just a KO. Yeah. New York got KO'd by Brazil without even trying. So now we're going to go Brazil. So we'll say Brazil versus Canada.
Yes.
Okay. I feel like the thing is, it's a different energy in Canada. I feel like there was.
They were also sick, so.
Oh no, I meant in a good way.
Oh.
This is again the one. Now here's the question: do we use the articles written at the same time too?
Sure.
Or is it only the physical one? Because remember, this is the one where I read the article and I totally missed it and everybody did not miss it. And they all went into comment section and said, they're sweet. And I had not even noticed that at all.
This is actually a great comment. Anna24 is saying Canada gave marriage, which is so correct. Cause like Brazil gave lovers and Canada gave married and like it just went on from there. So.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
Ooh.
somebody just put the chip for the one in
Oh.
Canada, the chip versus
Yeah.
Brazil food.
Okay, that's a
Okay.
good one.
Yeah,
That's
that's
comparable
Yeah.
in its own way,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so I will say the Brazil food where they both tasted like they didn't hesitate in trying to taste each other's food with like the same
When they got sick.
like stuff, utensils or whatever. So that's Brazil, the like use of the same utensils without a second thought. And then the chips, what if the chips one was more so like, is it the part where he always offers her the chips, or is it the one where he like wants to impress her because he tosses the chips up and then he does it again for a second time with a bigger bag?
It's the whole thing, man. It's the whole thing. Just the whole thing. The whole interview.
Yeah, the whole thing.
For both of them?
Yeah.
Okay. So hold on. For some reason, not Twitter, TikTok wants me to verify real quick that I'm still here. Okay, I'm here.
Weird.
Verify to continue.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm still on.
I'm still live. This is the reason why it updated one time, I guess. Where I'm like, I'm literally live. Why are you updating right now?
So
Okay.
strange.
So we are going to say red is New York. Oh no, sorry, not New York. Brazil.
Canada.
Red is Brazil. And it is the like sharing the food situation in Brazil, right? And then blue is Canada when they have all that like that chips one.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I'm sorry that I know what I would vote, but other people might choose differently. So red is Brazil, blue is Canada.
Interesting. I thought it would be
Yeah.
Canada.
Oh, the blue chip in his lap. Oh, that was kind of little. Oh man, actually, that would convince me to go to Canada a little bit.
Yeah, I thought it would be Canada because of the whole chip interview with the throwing of the bags.
Oh, yeah,
impressing
when she
Nick.
went to grab that chip,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Excuse me, ma'am, you almost." If he wasn't quicker, that woman would.
Although there's one in
I
Brazil
think we should
where he
have
tried to grab
clarified the
spoon from
moment
her.
because to me that is way more unhinged than sharing. I'm saying
Yeah, I think
we need another poll.
yeah.
I'm sorry. We need another
Oh,
poll.
I
Let
got
me
one.
clarify. Let me clarify because you said the whole thing, but I think just going for the chip thing is enough to KO the other one for me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna redo that. I'm gonna just redo that in case it changes people's minds.
Yeah.
So the first one is sharing, like both sharing the food. This is Brazil red. Sharing the food, not thinking twice, or in Canada, the chip falls on Luke's lap and Nicola almost without a hesitation, if he didn't grab it sooner, looked like she was about to grab it off his lap. I'm sorry.
Since we're talking about that, the Brazil one is where he tries to grab the spoon from her to be comparable.
Okay. I mean, I think both. Like when he went to drink. I mean, both of those, because I don't think it would replace it for me because the lap thing was wild to me. So I'm just gonna go. Red is like when they're sharing food without a hesitation, and blue is like the chip landing on Luke's lap, and she just went for it.
Reach for it.
Like she was really gonna go for it, and then he just got it.
That girl was
Like,
in it.
Now this is comparable. See, it's comparable. People are like stuck. There's right now. Like people don't know which way to go. because that it was really unhinged. I was like,
unhinged.
this woman's really gonna go for that chip. I was shocked.
That's a level of comfort.
I was like, did you forget you were on camera?
I mean, to be fair, professional comfortability, they've been naked together, so that makes sense.
I mean, yes. I mean, and then she does like to pick things off of people, I suppose.
Sure.
But but that will come later. That will come later. They are too professional watching, lady said. Professional lap eating. LB700 says.
So professional.
Every time we just stick the word professional in everything, and it makes it all better. Was professional. Actually, this is really good that we were able to find that moment in Canada because it is hard to beat Brazil.
Yeah.
So we had to have a moment that was just so like wild that it had to find a way to beat Brazil.
They are
You know?
professionally in love.
Professionally in love. Virginie said the only thing that would be more unhinged is if she had actually picked the chip up and ate it. The thing is, he beat her to it. That's the only reason I think it didn't happen. Well, actually, though, at the same time, it probably was more so she would have grabbed it and then given it to him to eat. So I get what you're saying. It would have been more unhinged. Okay. So definitely Canada won there because of that moment. So, okay. So that's one for Canada. Now let's think of another that we would think is comparable in Brazil and Canada.
Okay. I have a question, and it may get a little bit unhinged, so forgive me. Because there's one moment that I noticed that was validated for me on last night's live with Heather and with Okay, look, I'm not gonna. It's not too inappropriate. I promise. It's not too inappropriate. But it's when they're on the red carpet and he's in the long coat and he grabs her hand and they're taking photos and he pulls her hand and rubs it against the coat in a very particular area, which looks a little sus.
I know what you're talking about. Okay. I know what you're talking about. He was like, hey.
Yeah.
And then he put, yes, I do remember this. Okay, what's the comparable in Canada?
Yeah. Was there another red carpet where he did a similar sort of rubbing situation? Because I
don't know about rubbing, but but I mean, he's definitely done stuff in the red carpet. Let me think.
Well, if it's not the red carpet, on the interview when she was touching his arm about the Ryan Gosling comment.
Oh, was that in Canada?
Yes, it was.
Okay. When she asked, is that comparable?
I mean, it kind of is because it was kind of suggestive. It was a suggestive arm touch.
I felt like it was more of a nurturing, like, or a reassuring touch. That doesn't have like the same like.
When her hand crawls up his arm?
Sorry, we forgot about lie down. Did she talk about the lie down in that in Canada?
She says I told him 2 words. Oh yes, she did in the same interview. That she did the chip interview.
Okay.
She said it.
Okay, well the thing is, I don't know if those two are the ones that are comparable with each other. I think the lie down has to be one. Is there something that's comparable to the lie down?
In Brazil?
In Brazil. The carriage. The carriage downstairs. Perfect. Is there a carriage downstairs?
Perfect.
Okay. So red is Brazil. Is there a carriage downstairs? Or there's a carriage downstairs, I think is what he said.
Yep.
That's red. And then blue is Nicola talking about how, well, she didn't say it explicitly in that moment, but she gave a hint of it. But she told him to tell her to lie down. So that's blue. That's in Canada. Yep. So red, carriage, blue, lie down. In Canada.
And Phoebe, I think we got a comparable for the rubbing thing. Someone said that she touched his thigh in one of the Canadian interviews.
Oh, okay.
Wait, red is what? Oh, it's the carriage.
Yeah, the carriage.
Yeah. I love the fact that the carriage one is winning by like a lot. Mm-hmm. Which makes me wonder. By a lot. Which makes me wonder if it's because
she didn't actually say it.
She didn't actually say lie down. Also because like he literally looked ready to go or what? I don't.
It's always more fun when Luke is more unhinged than she is.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Popsy, XX, what's the vote? I missed it. It was in regards to like there's a carriage downstairs in Italy versus the lie down interview in Canada. Okay, yeah, without a doubt. So this is the first competition we've had where it's like 1-to-1. Okay. So we have to have a tiebreaker to know which one goes.
Okay, so I wanna go with the thigh touch, her touching his thigh in the Canadian interview versus him taking her hand on the red carpet and rubbing it against his coat.
Yep,
I mean,
yep,
I feel
that
like
works.
I feel like that's so like an easy winner. But okay, so the thigh one. I mean the when he opens up his coat and and then he takes her hand. That's the one in Italy, right? Or is that in Canada? Italy.
That's in
Italy,
Brazil.
right?
It's in
Oh,
Brazil.
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 Sorry, Brazil. I keep saying Italy. I think I said Italy in the last one. Sorry. For some reason, I'm stuck in Italy.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I don't think Phoebe knows that it's like you're thinking of the one where he presents himself because he
Oh,
whips
so it's
open
different?
yeah, it's a different one, girl. I need to send it to you because I told you, like, I thought I was just imagining things until all the girls in the chat were like, no, he definitely did that. It's like he's wearing the long coat.
Okay, that is unhinged.
He's wearing
I did not
the
see that.
red
I have
capey
not
thing,
seen that.
and he grabs her hand and he pulls it towards the coat, and you can't really see it, but he like it's really close to that area where the panini is.
No, I mean, I thought I saw. I'm fairly sure I know what you're talking about. I thought.
Okay.
I mean, but I feel like he opens up his jacket before that happens, though, right? Are you saying that's completely separate?
I thought you were talking about the red carpet where he's wearing the Versace tank, and he like whips it open, like he's on.
So it's
like,
not
and,
that one.
And she's in the black dress. No, it's not that one. It's the one where she's in the red dress with the hood.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then no, I don't know that one.
Yeah, I need to show that. I need to send that to you. I'll DM you later.
Oh, send
Okay.
it to me too.
Okay.
My word, this is hard because you know what I just realized too, that people have to know what the moment is to vote, right? Like people need to know. And I did not know about that one. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, but okay, how about Ronnie? Because I don't know fully like how to describe things on this one. Could you do the one for saying like red is
Yeah.
Brazil and blue is
Yeah, red is
Canada.
red is for the red hoodie dress in Brazil on the red carpet where he grabs her hand and puts it a little bit too close. And then blue is Canada at the one interview where she touches his thigh very relaxed, in a very relaxed manner. And it's quite like in the middle of his thigh. So
I tell you, both of these are very hazy to me. Out of all of the ones that we've done, the other ones are so clear to me. These ones, I'm like, send me both of these because I'm like not sure I actually know.
I will.
Okay, Brazil's gonna win this one unless they come back with a thigh. Because the thighs only got two.
You know what? I feel like
Okay, three.
I feel like this game needs to be like Nicola moments, just Nicola moments on her own, and then Luke moments on his own. Because every time Luke has an unhinged moment, everyone votes for the Luke moment.
It's because he's so adorable.
I missed the who gave me the corgi because I love them corgis. I'm telling you, it's like my favorite one. I want to thank whoever gave me that. Oh, watching lady, thank you for the corgi. It's the cutest thing ever. It's because of a little butt shake, you know. Oh yeah, I tell you,
No impulse
got
control.
beaten so badly. Not even close. Not even close.
Yeah,
I mean,
some people are agreeing though that like we should split the moments because the Luke moments I think are kind of standalone because he's
always wins out.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that might be a different day.
Yeah, that's a different game entirely.
You know, because honestly, when I wanted to do this, it was just kind of a random thought. I didn't have any rules or plans in my brain. That's why I like this collaborative effort by all of us to kind of figure out what the rules of the game is. Okay, so Brazil definitely won out. So after Brazil was Ireland.
Okay.
So I think there are moments in Ireland. My word, I don't know if they're comparable, but I mean, I think of the moments where they were just applauding her and like him checking in on her, saying, "Are you okay?" Or even him looking at her as he was signing autographs and looking back at her as she was standing there, or when he got to hug her mom. Or, I mean, there's just so many moments.
The forehead rub.
You know,
the forehead
day
rub.
that they went out as a
that
family,
one.
getting the
one in
Guinness.
Galway,
Yes, the forehead rub.
where she tried to
look at beat
get it out
the
of her-
forehead rub though.
In Brazil?
In Brazil. What? The almost kiss? The almost kiss?
Yes.
In the promo?
Yes. Done.
Okay. Okay, yes. Okay, so Brazil is the almost kiss in the promo video. Blue is the forehead touch in Ireland. Gosh, I think that's a tough one because it has different moments to it. Different reasons why I would choose one over the other. So red is Brazil, blue is Ireland. Forehead touch.
People are loving the forehead touch. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was a moment. And like people said, it wasn't her touching his forehead; it was his response to the touch of the forehead.
Yeah.
The almost kiss, though, has I mean, I think that is kind of comparable because it has those like
It's the same
it's
feeling.
those mini moments. I guess that's why I felt like it was comparable, even though like the forehead is whooping the butt of the almost
I really
kiss.
do that with my husband.
I mean, it just. Okay. And Philip says they were caught in 4K. The interviewer was all of us.
Yes.
Julia said, "Let's be honest. Both of us both have us in a chokehold." Aimlessly me said, "Where were they when she opened her shirt and he got caught in 4K peeking?" I feel like that was in more than one interview sometimes, but I know what you're talking about. That white shirt she had.
When was that?
Somebody said London.
Oh, that was London. Okay, so we'll save that for next.
Oh, Swanky said the almost kiss has plausible deniability. LOL, that forehead touch does not.
True.
Okay, so we obviously it was like without a doubt winner chicken dinner on that one. But so what is the second thing that we are gonna do? Oh, that's the day the Polaroid was taken. LOL. Yeah. I'm not gonna say your name. No, just kidding. No, I will. But it is the 2344567 user. No, oh sorry, 89 user. It's not even funny, but I was afraid to say it one more time because your laughter makes me laugh. Is it the way I say it? Is it because I say the numbers so fast next to each other?
It's like you're like stating a math fact or something.
Oh, she said.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. I'll control myself.
Okay. So what are we choosing? What are we choosing?
What else happened?
Newbie Bin Me said what I missed was the topic. The topic is we're doing a head-to-head of promo moments.
I thought when they were
that had happened in these areas.
When they're sitting in the theater. When they're sitting in the theater in Galway.
The what?
When they're sitting in
the theater.
Oh, okay. So what's comparable to sitting in the theater moment
in Brazil?
In Brazil,
I feel like I constantly ask that. I'm like, what are tame moments in Brazil? I don't know any tame moments in Brazil.
Tame moments in Brazil. I mean, can we find something comparable to the one where we saw Nicola putting her hand on like the back, the small of the back, the back of Luke, like right when they're walking away? Can we get something comparable to that in Ireland? Is there anything comparable to that? Or could that be comparable to the Guinness? I don't know. Probably not.
Oh, the Guinness drinking.
Because those are both like off the camera moments, like after the fact.
It might be the party. I think that's what someone was saying about the dancing when they went to that fan party and they were seeing like just kind of dancing and having fun, I suppose. But I don't know.
They don't have one of those in Brazil though.
How about the dinner? In Brazil? Oh, LB 700 dinner out in Brazil. That is actually comparable. I think that could be potentially comparable because we don't really actually know anything about that moment.
That's true.
Just that they had dinner.
Are you talking about the dinner with her family?
Yeah, but that was also in Ireland. Oh, dinner. Okay, so dinner by themselves with the bodyguards versus dinner. I mean, versus getting a Guinness with a family. Is that really comparable?
No, I feel like the Guinness would win.
No, I think the Guinness would win. Though some people, well, yeah. I mean, I think the Guinness would win because he plus family. Is there anything comparable to hugging the mom
in Brazil?
Probably not. That's the hard part. It's hard to find something comparable.
Walking on the beach.
Well,
when
and
was
Philip says, but the Brazil dinner was occupied with a walk.
Yeah, M. Phillips saying, yeah, the dinner with accompanied with the walk. I think if we combo those, and then what would be the comparable in Ireland?
Wait, which one are we doing? Sorry.
If we did the dinner plus the walk in Brazil,
Okay.
what would it be comparable to the Guinness? Taking out the family.
No,
have
'cause-
him going out with the
No.
family.
The issue with the Brazil scenario is the fact that it's our imagination that makes it better.
You're right. I mean, we do both have a picture of like the after dinner and the like in the mid beer.
I don't know.
Guinness. This is hard. This is hard to get another comparable one that's going to go against each other.
Okay, what interviews happened in Ireland where there were other unhinged moments like the hair touch thing that we could compare with unhinged moments in Brazil? Because the entirety of Brazil was unhinged.
Oh, there was another interview that they were on, which they were talking about the carriage scene.
Oh, was that in
I don't
Ireland?
know if that one.
Was it in Ireland where the person asked
It was
about
in Dublin.
that it was taking too
It was in
long,
Dublin.
and then he thought it was the 2 days
Yes.
rather than the cut.
Oh no, that one was London, but there was another
that was
one
London.
in Ireland.
GL Benner said the radio shower one. I forgot about that one. Was that Ireland?
Oh yes.
Oh, was that
That
Ireland?
was the one where it says, "Send it to me, Rachel. Send it to me, please."
Wait a minute. Okay, wait. So
That was
which
the one.
one actually happened in Ireland though?
I think that wasn't the Ireland one.
That
where,
was in Ireland.
Yeah, where they were like
The shower one.
Yeah. Where she's
Yes.
just like, oh yeah, when you're when you're taking a shower with someone.
Oh, when you rotate it,
And she's like, yeah, totally.
you feel like you're gonna drown.
Oh, people are saying that was London.
Okay, that's London. Okay.
They're
This
saying that
one's
one.
tougher.
There was a.
But at least we have something for London to compete with whatever comes up next.
Okay, there's fighting in the chat now.
they're like
People need
drowning.
to fact check which one it is. Okay, people are saying Ireland. Some people are saying London. Somebody fact check which one it is.
Okay, London.
Well, there is a one where she was saying what Irish actor, the unhinged one would be.
That's right.
With Jamie
Okay.
Jordan.
Okay.
Yes. So wait a minute. What happened? When was the Ryan Gosling one?
That was Canada.
That was Canada.
We missed that opportunity.
Yeah, we did.
Well, we couldn't have done it anyway.
Yeah.
We did see that one.
Well, I mean,
That
we
was
couldn't do it
Canada.
anyway because they weren't head to head.
Yeah. Okay, so Ireland, Jamie Dornan. What's comparable to that in Brazil? What's something crazy that they said in interviews versus like unhinged actual physical moments?
This
Or
was tougher than I thought.
or like an example of Luke's jealousy in Brazil that's comparable to that reaction for the Jamie Dornan comment.
It's jealousy. Can you kiss a friend? Did that happen?
That was
in
Brazil.
Oh yeah,
Brazil.
that was.
Yep, that was
Brazil. Okay, but is that the same? Is that comparable? Can you kiss a friend?
Can you kiss a friend?
Are these stars
Kels Bell says, where did they discuss the intimacy wear?
choreographed? Yeah.
Was that Ireland or was that London?
I think that was London.
Yeah, when she mentions the panini for the first time. Yeah, that was London. Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
How Luke watched her when she responded to the question of what is she attracted to? Miss M suggested.
Phillips. Yes, jail for everyone.
Oh wait, I'm down below. Oh.
There's a TikTok account called Sylvanian Drama. It's actually an Irish girl who runs it.
Oh, that's also one that happened in Ireland when they're talking about the wigs and the Botox.
Oh right.
Okay, I remember that. I just still not sure though. Like, this one's a tough one.
Yeah. I don't know.
To be
This is
comparable?
really tough.
No, because I don't think he had any jealousy moments in Brazil.
Oh, him admitting the fingers was not an accident. Was that Brazil? That was Brazil, wasn't it?
That was Brazil.
Yes,
That was
yes.
Brazil. That
Okay.
was Brazil.
Okay.
That was Brazil.
was
Okay,
actually
okay,
Brazil.
okay. That one's a good one.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
so
yes.
what is the Brazil admitting that the finger thing was not an accident for Brazil, and then what was the
Would
thing?
it
The shower?
be- No, that's London. Would it be her reaction to saying when she says Jamie Dornan and the interviewer says, "You, Jamie Dornan, in a carriage," and her reaction was like, "Well, pen is taken," or something like that. Oh, that's so serious.
Yes,
Oh, that
yes,
sounded so serious.
yes.
And
Like,
also when he was like, "Wow," like the way he said "wow" when she said his name, like "wow," and I was
Yeah.
like, "Why are you sounding upset?"
Yeah. Do you guys think that's comparable? Is that
Is
comparable?
that
for the chat?
comparable? I don't know if I feel like it's comparable, to be honest. But
We're trying to make it work, guys.
yeah, do y'all think that's comparable? Yes or no?
In terms of the soundtrack.
Also, Brazil, when
Obviously,
she
Brazil
pinched
is
him when she
hugely
asked
popular.
who was more
everywhere,
cheeky.
but it's adored. If you
Are you listening, Kimura girl, to some videos to just fact check yourself?
He is, yeah.
50 Shades of
Yeah.
Jealousy from Luke.
Yeah. Well, you can hear it in the background.
It was tame. Everything's tame compared to Brazil. That's the problem. Anna says
Tame
close enough.
doesn't make it necessarily like not
the
as like
FML radio.
meaningful.
Anna said it's
Yeah.
close enough.
Red carpet contact in Brazil is what pulled me in. She was so tipsy. That there was one. Okay, yeah, where was the Roman Empire one? When did they do that one?
Mm.
That's definitely not though in Ireland. But when were they discussing the mirror scene?
Wasn't the Roman Empire one in New York?
Probably.
'Cause that was
Because it feels like
BuzzFeed.
it would be a New York thing. What about when did they do the oh that's Canada. The one he's like, I forgot they were
Oh,
we were recording.
Oh,
That's
yeah, that was
Canada.
so
That's
cool.
another good one there.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Yeah,
I mean,
was
should
it-
we just not, because it's hard to do it's hard. So I mean, do we just say it's counted Brazil
yeah,
and
I
just
think
move
we-
on
we-
to New York?
Yeah, I think we got
I
some.
mean, not New York, London.
Yeah, I think there's enough crazy ones in London that we've already brought up to compare to Brazil.
Okay. Okay, why don't you throw out one of them?
Okay, so the first time she talks about the panini and the triangle,
Okay.
that's what everyone was
Okay,
talking
so
about.
why? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so compare the finger
The topic
in
was
Brazil
yesterday.
to the panini in London.
I love how you just
Fingers
held
in
your
Brazil,
finger like
panini in London. Okay.
that.
What was? Okay, so just what's happening? You know? Okay. So we're gonna do. So if you wanted, it's the fingers. Sorry, I just want to make sure people knew.
You just held up your finger.
So red will be the fingers, and then blue. I already forgot. Sorry, blue is what again?
When she first mentions the panini and the
Oh yeah,
triangle.
panini. Red is the fingers. Blue is the panini. Okay.
We know it's gonna win.
Phoebe with the professional demonstration.
Just in case they don't know, did I not hit it?
You did.
Is
It's
it
going.
there?
It's going.
Oh, it's progress. Okay. The
Damn.
fingers are winning so far. That was like I liked how surprised Nicola
I am
was.
so surprised.
I
but
think
again-
it's because Nicola was so surprised by the information.
Well, no.
Maybe.
No, again, it's because
Well, I
Luke
think
was
it's
the
because it
unhinged
is about
one.
Luke.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, probably because Luke was an unhinged one. You're right.
He
Right.
always-
Probably it is. You're right.
He always
Why does it
sees
not
it.
mean as much
Oh,
when
I got
Nicola's
one
the
for
unhinged one?
London.
Because she's perpetually unhinged.
Oh, he's a man of few words.
Yeah.
She stops him. She
Yep.
stops him.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of walked in this knowing that Brazil was gonna win. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, we still need at least one more
Sure.
to go battle against London. But I mean, that was a really comparable one. Okay, London. I mean, Brazil definitely won that with the fingers.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the other one that you were like? We have another one for London.
Yeah, guys, can you remind us? Because I had already forgot. Oh, the shower. The shower. The shower. Thank you, Tiffany.
Yes, the shower one. Okay, what's the comparable one for the shower?
The one when it was taking too long and she stopped him, say, oh, that's not what we were talking about.
Oh, okay. Wait, no, but did that happen in Brazil?
Yeah, it has
Or
to be
London?
Brazil.
No,
It
that
has
was
to be
in
Brazil
London.
that's going against the shower one.
The
That was
shower.
on the BBB.
Yeah, the shower one was in London too, though.
Oh, the rotating.
Yeah.
Bridgerton ride. Okay,
rotating shower?
Was the Bridgerton ride the one? Was that in Brazil? Oh, it flashed her in a friendly way. Is that also? Are all of these?
Are
How
all these
comfortable they
London?
were under the blanket? Are all of these in London, or are any of these in Brazil? Okay, Wombat 6 says, have you all said that the Brazil video where he touched her chin and bringing it up? See, I mean, I know which one you're talking about, but
That's difficult to confirm because it's just
yeah,
the
it's
angle.
hard to confirm because I watched a video and I'm not fully sure myself. It was
Yeah,
a chin lift.
I don't
but
think
I
that's
understand why
confirmable.
people. Okay, the meat of the scene. Bridgerton Swan says, I don't recall that. Do y'all recall the meat of the scene? MEAT.
I don't remember which location that was, but I do remember that.
Amy said now London where they did 1 million interviews in the same room. LOL.
Okay, someone's saying that was Brazil. The meat was Brazil.
Okay, can you give me the meat about like what was the context of the meat of the scene?
It was one of her slips again, similar to the lady fingers, where she was like, when we were doing the meat of the scene, and then she giggled to herself because she realized how that sounded.
Okay, and we were gonna put that against the shower.
Yeah, against the shower, rotating in the shower, trying not to drown, and everyone like Luke looked so uncomfortable.
Yeah, he did. It was almost like he's like when who how where when this happened.
He's just like,
With
who are
who?
you taking a shower with?
Okay, so then red is the meat of the scene in Brazil, and blue is the shower.
Yes.
So meat of the scene red, and then shower blue. Okay, shower's winning right now. I mean, I probably would have voted for the shower too, but then it's because the shower is clearer. Like I remember that interview more than the meat of the scene. That's probably why I would vote for it.
M. Phillips is right though. He saved her from that one when she had that slip. He kind of quickly came in and kind of.
Oh yeah, it was one of the few times he got serious.
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember now because it was very unusual. Usually she's the one doing it on his behalf. You're right. Okay, then this one means that
London
we need
won.
a third one because Brazil has one, London has one. So we need one more to break the tie.
All right.
If London wins, that's going to be like the upset we did not expect.
Yeah. Okay, so
because London is one, I think things came back to earth a little bit, but
oh, that's a cute one. In Brazil, when both were asked who's the most shameful one, and they both pointed to themselves, and he had a massive just outburst of laughter. That was really cute.
oh,
and then
was it
we make
shameful
the steam
or the
ourselves.
most cheeky?
Cheeky.
Okay,
Yes.
and it made me think about them pinching butts. That's what it made me think of.
Yeah, I know.
And then somebody said,
Shameless.
for
Shameless.
London,
Somebody said shameless. Okay, it was cheeky. Okay, I thought I was remembering. A retired teacher was like, and why did he laugh so hard? Let's see.
Her trying to whistle and him laughing. Is that comparable? Because he laughs in both of them.
Oh,
That was really
I don't
cute.
know why I laughed so hard, but he was so cute.
Yes, because she
what
could
is-
not.
Wait a minute. What
She
was,
could
what was
not.
that? No, what? Her very dry whistle. I don't know why that cracks me up. Let me see.
She
What was
couldn't
the
whistle?
what was the Brazil? Oh, cheeky, and the whistle.
Yeah. I like it.
Okay, so. Okay, a part of me is like, okay, I wonder which one would win. Okay,
I want that on a t-shirt, whistle and cheeky.
that could be one of our shirts when we go travel.
Yeah.
I mean, we still have to decide. I'll put something in the subscriber video around a t-shirt for our traveling shirts when we go to London and Galway.
I still think
Can we
Galway,
have some ideas, please?
Galway girl, London boy. I think that should be.
Oh
our
yeah,
main
that's
shirt.
right. That's right. But like an actual physical representation. Okay, so let's do this. So red is the cheeky one, who's like the most cheeky,
Mhm.
and then blue is the dry whistle.
Yep.
So red is cheeky, blue dry whistle. Which one?
I love the idea of someone just randomly coming in here like, what is happening?
Oh my word. Okay. Oh, see, what if I keep saying New York. What if London wins?
London.
What if London wins? Because London is winning right now.
Well,
Everybody keeps saying Brazil was going to
Which is
win.
crazy,
But see, this is
because
why
this
I'm
is
saying
the
it's
video
always
that
worth battling. It's always
have.
worth battling.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, unless they upset us at the last minute and like other people start to vote for Brazil. But right now, London is winning. So London might win this.
He was so cute when he was giggling about her whistle, though. That was adorable because I was just so
It was so
organic.
funny. See, it's another Luke associated. You're right. Luke wins. Luke tends to win. Dry whistles for the cheekies. It
'Cause
was
he's
so
just-
cute.
He just holds himself. He holds himself back so much, and he's just because he have his ADHD and his introvertedness. He's very expressive with Nick because he feels
Yeah.
comfortable. But I think it's just really sweet just to see him have his little outbursts.
Yes, I think so. And after all that, the Super Bowl winner, Lukola Super Bowl champions, London. London won it. London took it. See, that's why y'all, we can never assume automatically the Brazil wins because we had to base it off of things we actually heard and saw definitively. A lot of the things that we know for Brazil are just our imaginations. No?
Yeah.
I mean, not our imagination. We're getting, a little bit. And Philip says the home team, home field advantage. Wombat 6 says maybe he was just comfy in London. True.
That's very true.
Possibly.
Yep.
Although
Miss M said, wasn't London where they were called out for getting lost in the moment in the carriage? Oh, was that?
Yes,
Yeah, that.
yes,
Wait,
it was.
that?
yeah,
BBC
that
it
was
was the
London.
BBC
There were so
show.
many good moments in London.
Yeah, that was.
It's not surprising it won, actually. Even though I was a little bit sad because I could feel the moment ending.
Yeah.
There was so many good ones, especially when they were not aware that the cameras were still on them. Like the little touches that they would have and the little moments that they would have.
Yeah.
I know that somebody came in asking about the whole thing of like the rumor again that of the breakup. If Shonda got involved, I forgot who said it. It was a bit back up here that's saying that Shonda like put her foot down or something like that
What?
because of the break, like the rumored breakup.
What?
Where is it? It's somewhere up here. I lost it. It was we have so many. Oh, Cindy said hi, just joined. Did Shonda get notified that they can fire the IC? IC. What's the IC? because I'm guessing I've seen this emoji all the time of a lettuce. I'm sure it has. I know that it has something to do with adjacents, but I don't personally know
Yeah.
the context of it, but is gone. So I'm guessing the lettuce must be the assumed girlfriend.
The intimacy coordinator.
Okay, got it. Alrighty. Sorry, I was like, what's an icy?
Oh, they were trying to talk about her milk shirt.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing going on today.
Post.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
about
I was trying not to
wearing-
be a downer, but I really did think it's because there's a new shipment of shirts that just came in. I know that's a boring response, but I really was like, they did really get it, and they posted about the fact.
Realistically, what I initially thought is that when the shirt first came out, Johnny probably had it sent to the majority of the cast. Yeah, because the shirt that she's wearing looks a little bit lived in. But I mean, I would need to go back and look at her other T-shirts to see how she typically fits. Like, how does she go for oversized shirts or like an oversized fitting?
Remember when we all talked about the hoodie, like that work hoodie? And I'm like, is it a work hoodie or is it a like personal hoodie? And people were like, it's a work hoodie. Everybody got a work hoodie. Yeah. And that she likes oversized clothes. That's the whole discussion back then. Yeah. And that's why I use that knowledge for this time around, where I'm like, well, we talked about this with the hoodies, and the hoodies did turn out to be everybody had it. And Jonathan Bailey definitely would have given it all to all his co-stars for sure.
Yeah. I think she hadn't posted hers yet because she was so busy with the filming and everything. But I still love the idea, and I'm going to hold on to it, that she's wearing Luke's. Okay. Just for my own personal shipping.
I mean, and here's the thing. Like I said to Ronnie, like, I was wrong about the Ratatouille thing, you know, because I don't like to go shade. Like, I don't like to go there for like as my first option. Yeah. But at the same time, like, who am I to say that it would never be that way? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's just me wanting to not go there, but it doesn't mean that she wouldn't necessarily. Yeah. No. I just choose to naturally go, what are the other options? Yeah. But even though I go, what are the other options, doesn't mean that that option isn't the right one. You know?
Anyone in Angela's Discord knows that I'm strongly believing or choosing to believe that she's wearing Luke's shirt. So.
I got messages around that whole thing of like, did you see it? Do you think it's his? Okay. Nana Ness said, did Scrabble game ever get decoded? No, and Claude made me feel horrible for asking for help. No, just kidding. I mean, Claude did apologize after I asked Claude to apologize for the way Claude responded to my inquiry. It was just playful, but Claude had very strict boundaries and said, no.
Watching ladies.
But okay, people want a poll around whether it is Luke's shirt or not.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so red is no, it's not Luke's shirt. Blue will be yes, it is Luke's shirt. And so red, no. Blue, yes.
You know something that kind of made me think though, Phoebe? Because, you know, like I typically do lean for like the practical side, but something that kind of swayed me a little bit was when Luke wore his shirt to the Loewe show, it was like rolled up, like just the hem of the sleeve was rolled up once. Mm-hmm. And the one that Nick was wearing, like, because it looked more lived in and she's just relaxing at home, only like half of the right sleeve is rolled up in the same way and the left one isn't. And I was just like, that's a little like,
you know what's so funny about that, Ronnie?
Yes,
I did notice that when she was wearing it. I did notice they both have rolled up sleeves.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if that's just how the shirt comes in. So I've never seen. Turns out that that's not. Whoa! Not. Look at this 50-50. I've never had a 50-50 poll. 47-47.
Yes. Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. It's a tie.
Never happened. Just to clarify, the shirt does not come like that. The shirt is just, it's a straight sleeve. It's a longer sleeve.
You're like, look, I've done the research here.
Well,
and,
no, because I was seriously considering buying the shirt. That's why, but I can't bring myself to spend $295 on it. So, yeah.
How much it is?
But,
Yeah,
but I mean, even if he rolled up his sleeve before, it's not like he's the only one who likes a rolled up sleeve.
sure, yeah, you know, but we're not talking about everyone else. We're talking about them.
I'm just saying, maybe she likes to roll up her sleeves too.
Sure.
But $295?
Yeah, it is $295. That's what I said.
Because it's for charity?
No, because it's Luebe.
$295. $295.
It's a designer shirt.
That's
What is it made of?
Cotton.
Gold.
Gold? Yeah, is it made of gold? Because
It's made out of Johnny Bailey's sweat.
That would be priceless.
$295. It's made of philanthropy. Miss M said, "Oh my word."
Yeah, I mean,
$295. Does that include shipping?
no.
What? I have to pay shipping on top of it?
Yeah.
My mind is blown
I was
right now.
genuinely considering it.
When I chose to do a subscription base, I was like, I chose $5.99 because it's the price that I would be willing to pay.
Yeah.
I $2.95 for a shirt,
Yep.
a T-shirt. Okay, I know it's a fundraiser. Okay, gotta remember. What is it? What is it funding again? What is it helping?
Shameless Fund is for the LGBTQ plus community. I forget what particular awareness they're trying to. Hang on one second. I'll go look it up.
Oh, you're. Is it me? Because you're breaking up a lot for me. Is it me or is it you?
Can y'all hear me? Hello? Yellow.
Is it me?
I don't
Can
know.
people hear Ronnie fine? Is it just me?
Am I breaking up?
No.
Yellow.
Okay, then it's me.
Okay.
Can you keep going, Ronnie? Because apparently it's me.
Well, no, I'm saying I need to look up to see exactly what the Shameless Fund is for.
Oh, my word. Who said it's you? Oh, Tiffany. He's like, it's you. It's not me. It's you.
At that price, maybe N and L are sharing one.
I mean,
The what? Oh, my word. Never mind. I'm sorry. It's my internet, probably.
oh,
DL Benner said the traveling shirt, we can start this. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I would love like folks to offer stuff. And this is specifically, sorry, real quick to my subscribers. If any of you are into designing t-shirts, if you have any ideas of like potential ones, send me an email at boccegohawks@gmail.com. And then I can put up the options of designs, and then the subscribers can choose which shirt we should have for our traveling t-shirt
hey Phoebe.
when we go to London and Galway. Even if it's the Galway girl and London boy, like those are still words, like the representation. Like, what would that representation be?
Okay.
And a
Yeah.
triangle.
Oh no! Oh no! Even though I was not in that meeting, I can only guess. Did you hear that, Ronnie? As the
Yes.
potential?
Yep. Yep.
That might work though.
Yep.
It'll be an inside joke from y'all's.
Did I ever tell you I'm a graphic designer?
No. Well, did you?
I don't know.
Maybe. No,
can't
I don't
remember.
think. I don't remember. Okay,
Okay.
email me a couple options that we can put out to people.
I shall.
The what? Oh my word! I hate the fact that my internet is not working for me.
With the cat, I need to add the cat. Got it.
I'm gonna
Yes, with
put
the
this
cat.
off and start again. Did it fix
picture
it?
of
Let
a
me see if it fixed it. Can you talk, Ronnie?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay. You sound way better now. Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
good.
it's definitely was me.
The pic-
Could you
Community
hear when I
level.
was trying to talk or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Okay, perfect. LB700 said, y'all do me a favor. Look at the Almost Kiss video and see if there's a jump below Luke's waist at the very end. Um, GL Benner said I also did a food truck on having posted it. I also did a food truck on having. I don't know what that means. Can the shirt be the blanket color? I mean, really, honestly, it can be any color. I think because once we decide on what the T-shirt is probably we would probably use one of those websites where you can you would have to reach a minimum of people interested in a shirt, and then it'll ship it out specifically to people so that we wouldn't be aware of where people live because that would probably feel awkward.
Yeah,
for folks. But yeah. Okay, so now that we have finished the Lukola SuperBowl and London has officially won, which upset the Brazil expectation.
I was very surprised.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there was a lot more in London. I mean, I think it's like it gets harder as it goes along because they get more open typically.
Yeah.
And such an upset, Betsy.
I think there's definitely potential to do more games like this, but specific categories. Like if we just have a Nick moment game night and then like a Luke's moment game night and then break it up that way, I think it could be a lot of fun potentially.
Yeah. Again, I think it's me. You're breaking up a lot for me, but as long as you can hear me, I'm good with that. Yeah, we could do another one where it's just Luke moments and Nicola moments, and maybe just forewarn people that we're going to be talking about that. Because this was just on the fly. I didn't even have this really planned. I just thought it would be fun. And so it would be great if people knew that that's what the topic was going to be and coming in with like ones that they're ready to like go like put up like battle with the moments. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lukey Newt's moments, Betsy A said. So I guess the last thing I wanted to talk about to wrap things up, I guess, is like do you all think, actually let's do a poll on this rumor that's going around. Do you think the rumors are true about this potential breakup? Do you think the rumors are true? Red is no, blue is yes. Do you think this is true? Because I don't know what to think, because y'all know I don't keep up with that kind of stuff. So to me, it doesn't affect my life too much. Either way.
I think it's similar to how we stated in the start. Like, it was never official, so regardless on whether they stop hanging out or not, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't change anything. Yeah, it really doesn't change too much. I think it will change things more for the person than it is going to change for, like, the fan base.
Yeah.
Because then the fan base, like, the reality is a lot of the attention was only there because the person was connected to him. If she's no longer connected to him, I mean, it most likely means that just her follower count will decrease and people just will move on from her.
Which is fine.
Yeah. So it seems like right now that people do think that the rumors are true.
Is that like, do y'all really think that, or is that just wishful thinking?
Oh, probably a little bit of both.
I really wish I could understand what you were saying.
Sorry.
I'm going to replay this later on when I upload this. And
he said,
what I have found is like you're clearer like in the replay than like in the moment for me.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll understand what you're saying when I rewatch this thing. Yeah, where did y'all hear the rumor? Where does this rumor start?
On X.
Because we believe in fact checking. So where did the rumor start? Who told who that it ended up being people are so convinced?
I think
X is the worst place in regards to having any basis of truth. I think that's what Flower with Star says. It came from Twitter, so no basis in truth. Exactly. Kel said I had to pick one, but there wasn't an option for unclaimed. But yeah. Okay, so it seems like it was from Tumblr. Okay, so yeah.
Another bastion.
There's definitely need for actual like proof.
Yeah. I mean,
Because that doesn't mean anything.
am I still cutting out for you?
I mean, at times, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, it's just apparently me. So I don't know what's wrong. My internet has not been the best lately. Cheryl said really only think it may be true because of the lack of activity from her, but we don't really know. LB700 said, I think L&N's SM activity indicates a change. I mean, those are actually really good, really good, like outside objective potential evidence,
Sure.
because there was a particular time whenever anything was posted, there would be a post as kind of like as a counter. And and because I don't follow this person and everything is blocked, I don't know. I didn't realize there was no counter to any of these new posts that are coming out. So the lack of counter posts maybe is potentially a sign of like a breaking of a pattern. So I can understand and hear that for what you're offering there. But I do think the biggest tell will be if there is an unfollowing and a removal of all likes, or a removal of, and because he doesn't have anything anyway on his actual things. The closest is all of those third party kind of situations.
But it also
And it could also be told by the other third parties who've been trying to do stuff.
it also just depends on how serious it ever actually was. It could have always just been casual. And if it was just casual, he wouldn't even need to put in that amount of effort of unliking stuff.
This is true.
We
This is
don't
true.
know.
Yeah, because it could be, it's not the same as like an actual relationship.
Right, yeah. So if he never claimed the girl, like, I don't yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, so Betsy A said it's made up, but I think people are rolling with it due to wishful thinking. TK said, I think Nick posting and we didn't get dances. LOL. Yeah. I tell you, I don't feel like I miss out on anything when I don't know. Like, so I'm like, y'all will tell me context, but I'm good with not knowing. Sarah, it is sus. Everyone has been so quiet. Oh, like the adjacents have been quiet. Flowers with Star says, I think they're in a real relationship because she hangs out with his fam, but I'll be over by EOY and end of year. I don't think it's a real relationship just because she hangs out with his family, only because she's friends with his sister and she's friends with his friends. And of course, all of his friends hang out with his family. It doesn't mean anything.
Yep.
I think people forget that she is part of the friend group. Like, I have friends that know my family. It doesn't mean it's romantic.
I think people forget just what casual dating is.
Yeah. And honestly, there have been people that have met family members and it's not been that serious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I know that it's important, like family is very important to Luke because he said so. I'm basing it off of what he says.
Sure.
Okay, sorry. Let me look at. I'm just staying for 8 more minutes. This was a lot of fun, though, y'all. I really appreciate y'all's rolling with this at last minute.
Sure.
When I had no plans and no idea of how it was going to go. Miss Am said, just glad Nick is posting again, and Luke shared Bridgerton stories. KCD said, has she been friends with his sister longer than them being together? I don't believe so. I believe she met him. I mean, she got to know him because of him, not the other way around. LB700, I said, I think it's over now and time for Luke and Nicola to start filming. Upsie. Yeah, I will say that Nicola went from like no postings to suddenly like doing throwbacks, and I do take into consideration what people shared about like Tiff was going to come out with the second part of the timeline, and but Tiff had to cancel it because she was on vacation and the Wi-Fi wasn't working well. And wondered if like maybe in anticipation, not that necessarily like Nicola knows like that's all happening necessarily, but at the same time, I mean, like I feel like she would see Tiff stuff. So maybe she was like in a throwback moment. Here's throwback times in these dates, 2023. Because I feel like wasn't she going to start talking about like summer of 2023? Sorry, Kimura, girl, what were you saying?
Did you see Tiff's story that you can go back and watch part 1, but then she has a preview of part 2 in her subscribers.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yes. No, I did not see it, but that's nice to know. Yes. So like, what date was this going to pick up on? Because again, one of the throwback pictures that Nicola did was in June of 2023.
June of 2023 is where she was going to start.
Yep.
So that's why I'm saying, like, I'm not saying that necessarily she was doing it because she knew the timeline was coming out, but it just kind of is an interesting thing that she did put it out at the time that she chose to put out a picture in June 2023 of a time where Tiff was going to share the timeline starting in June 2023, if that's the case.
Yeah,
I would find that interesting.
I think
it might be just coincidental, but I just think it's interesting.
All of the coincidences that keep happening around all of this is just the universe being very loud. Very loud.
Yeah. To be honest, Ronnie, I'm guessing part of the words you're trying to say. I'm guessing you're saying something about the universe being loud.
Yeah,
Something like
you're
that.
right. That's what she said.
Yep.
Yeah. Kristen said the fairy movie films through September. So yes, she is filming. So yes, so that's another thing that kind of raises that awareness too at the same time, right? Because she said, hey, I've been filming. That's why I haven't been posting. Well, she's still filming and now she's posting a lot more. So it is that moment where it's like, oh, to me, when she posted the fact that like, hey, the reason I haven't been posting a lot is because I've been busy with work. I took that at face value because it made the most sense. Because if you're starting work at like however early in the morning and having to work like way late at night, I don't know what her working schedule is. That makes sense to me. But it is an interesting thing that now maybe this filming has slowed down enough that she can post more. But I just thought that is an interesting thing to note, that the pattern did go back to a little bit like posting a little bit more, even if it's just still story. And I think she did put one of her stories into a post, but but still, you know what I mean?
The way that the schedules get broken out for the filming too, she could just have the downtime right now.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Fiona said maybe she knows there won't be games anymore. Hopefully, because I mean that's the reason why I made the decision that I did. Because I was tired. I mean, I'm not wanting to play these games. I don't want to be seeing none of these things I'm not out here trying to create a puzzle. I mean, unless it's a Scrabble of Nicola. That's the only thing I'm willing to like invest my emotional energy in. But like the other puzzle pieces, some folks were trying to give me, I'm like, look, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Okay, people think she has a break right now.
Yep.
Rita said, how would Nicola know about Luke's personal life? Does Luke text her with updates? I mean,
he might.
Why not? I mean, I do think I know some folks say that they don't believe that they've been in communication. I mean, but they didn't lose each other's numbers.
No.
I mean,
I think that they have. For sure.
I feel like that they have. Even if it was a decreased number of reach outs, I just don't believe there was never any reach out at any point, because there's too many things within what happened on IG to give me the impression that they were at least in conversation right when things were kind of blowing up at blowing up in the beginning.
Yeah.
she went quiet. They both went kind of radio silent, but even that choice to both go radio silent and then both kind of breaking silence at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they have been rhythmic with each other.
Yeah.
Rena said, how does the combo go? So guess what, bestie? Me and what's her name don't talk anymore. We don't. Oh, sorry. You know what? What's her name actually goes really well with the Scrabble.
It does.
Yes, that somebody said, because they said, what was it? Was it Gizmos?
It was.
No,
Gizmos.
not Gizmos.
Yeah, it was.
The Gizmos was also like a what's her name? I mean, what's his name or whatever.
Yeah, or not having a name for
what's
something.
his name? So possibly, it could be. That could be part of the puzzle.
I just don't think she cares enough for like the.
Me too. Okay, Ronnie, I'm so with you. I'm like, I think the fan base cared more about this individual and thought she was more important than Nicola ever thought she was.
Yeah, because
And more than Luke ever thought she was. Like, I was like, I don't understand why everybody wanted to make. It was like Fetch in Mean Girls. Like, they were trying to make it happen, but it wasn't happening. So I'm like, stop making Fetch, trying to make Fetch happen. It ain't happening.
Yeah.
It's there. It just wasn't. It wasn't it.
That girl is too busy getting her bag, being a grown up, and probably, you know, lending an ear to listen to good old boy whenever he wants to have a chat. But like, I just don't think she's spending any time of her day thinking about her.
I think, you know,
She has more important things.
Yeah.
yeah. And I understand that Nicola cares about Luke as a friend, and that's why Nicola would care about him in general. But you know what? At the end of the day, that's his business, not hers.
Yeah.
She doesn't, I mean, like, so, I mean, unless she knew he was hurting, and I don't think he's hurting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not over that situation. If it's true, I don't think that he's like crying himself to sleep about it. I don't. I mean, and no shade. I really don't. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But if he was, I'm sure he'll reach out to her.
Yeah,
Nicola.
I mean, if anything that bothered him, it would have been him logging online and seeing the chatter from the fandom.
Yeah, that
Like,
probably would have upset
really,
him.
really mean and stuff. In which case she did find out about, because there was that moment where she posted defending him because they felt it was necessary. But I think they also cut back on the social media consumption at that point, because like, who wants to be logging in and just seeing stuff about yourself all the time? So yeah, I think they took a step back, and she's slowly starting to post again. But the fandom just needs to be careful, because in on a whim, they both can just be like, you know what, we're out, and then we'll get nothing.
Yeah, no, and I think TK made a point that most likely the person would have been gone by now if people hadn't given her so much attention. And I think to some degree, there might be some truth to that. I do think that Luke is an honorable person. I do think that he is protective of people. And so even if like, so I do feel like a bit of like the Colin in him of like wanting to be a savior or wanting to be like the hero.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure had wanted a little bit to like, even if he had wanted to break, I mean, if there's a breakup, if that's even the right terminology, like, I mean, even if that was the case, he probably would have prolonged it a little bit just because of how some people were choosing to treat her. And that's why I was like, I don't know why. One, I mean, at the same time, I shouldn't say I don't know why, because I like I said, if I say I don't, that means I'm not trying to see another person's perspective. I personally just don't find value in going to someone's page to say to say what really. It's in the way that social media works. Clicks and views are like money. And so it really was just funding her to continue to act in a particular way. And
Yep.
I was like, if people say they don't like the way she was conducting herself, then why continually show her through clicks and views that you actually do like it? Because as far as people are concerned, that's all that matters sometimes for them, the clicks and the views. And so, but at the end of the day, she is also a human being. So when I say, I don't ever want to sound flippant about her as a person. I know there's some people that get really upset that I refuse to say this person's name. And it's not, or that I say that she's the assumed girlfriend. And I want to be clear, like, I know that her as a woman is her own person,
Sure.
right? I do not want to take away the fact that she is her own individual person. The reason I refer to her not by her name, but by this assumed title is because that is the only reason we're talking about her. This is not a person that we would have ever discussed or ever thought of if it wasn't in connection to him.
Yep.
And that's why I'm saying to folks, if they really cared about this person, they will continue to follow her even after he's out of the picture. And so, but the majority of the folks, I shouldn't say the majority of the folks. There are folks that really are there for her as a person and as a dancer and as anything of that sort. So I'm not going to say that demographic doesn't exist, but there is also a demographic that chose to follow her as hate watchers. And I hate that happens because I don't think, no matter how I may dislike like how things roll out, I would never want anyone to be subjected to harassment or being attacked. Like, it never feels good. I don't agree with anyone body shaming somebody or diminishing her as a person. I'm just saying, in the same way that I don't agree with that, I also don't agree with like making her something more than she was in his life. And treating it as if it was this really big monumental like moment for him. And it really hasn't been, because and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm just saying, based off of the evidence that he's chosen to present about what she means to him, he's chosen to show nothing of importance.
Right.
And I know that people were like, because one of the things that we had said was like, if he would defend her, if he would come to her aid, somebody brought up the fact that, well, he didn't do that for Jade when she was getting attacked. I wasn't there during that time frame, so I have no knowledge of all that. And I said, maybe he is just a non-confrontational person. Maybe that is just the reality of who Luke is. With that said, there was never a question in anybody's mind whether he dated Sophie or Jade. And even the folks that are sitting here right now saying like, we don't believe that this relationship was as important as other people made it out to be, is not because we are just wanting to be in Delulu land and wanting to like pretend that it was not an important relationship. It is because all other relationships he's ever had, there was no question in any of our minds.
Right.
We looked at how he conducted himself, that was someone he was in a relationship with. And if the only times you're papped or paparazzis around you is only when this person is around you, that I would, if I was Luke, I would start to go 2 + 2 = 4. If everybody else respects my privacy when I'm alone, but they don't know how to respect my privacy when I'm with this person, and this person is not famous enough to like, I understand when famous people are dating famous people, but when a famous person is not dating a famous person, rarely does anybody care to have a paparazzi of that. There's so many, there's actors that date non-famous people, and those non-famous people fight like very hard for their privacy, and they don't want paparazzi in their life at all, and they get really upset when paparazzi's there. It is only in this situation I've ever found a famous person dating a non-famous person, and for some reason people are pursuing photos. Like, why? It feels weak. It feels like conjured, I guess.
Because it is.
I know I've been talking a lot. I don't know, Ronnie Kamarova girl. I said I was ending at 4:30, but I got on that little diatribe.
If it sounds like a duck, it's a duck. Like ultimately, that's just it. Depending on the analysis, like it sounds like it is doing all the quacking, It's waddling. It's a duck. Like, clearly this was contrived. But either way, like, it ultimately just doesn't, it shouldn't matter as much as it's,
Yeah,
as
you're
it's
right.
been. It shouldn't matter.
I mean, this is probably the longest I've ever spoken about this in a really long time on a live of mine, because it's just like a part of me was like, look, even the articles that came out, like the People magazine or any other ones, they in the body said it's rumored. They never had one iota of a quote from Luke.
No.
So if you don't even have a quote from Luke, that's why part of me is like, is it really from his camp? Can you say it's from his camp when you can't even get an actual quote, an actual written quote or verbally quoted thing from Luke? That doesn't feel like it was. Why would someone say this is the announcement and then refuse to provide an actual quote to the announcement that people have to still say is rumored?
Yeah.
So,
And
anyways,
I'm still
more of a girl. Oh,
sorry, I just wanted to say one more thing, or two more things. My bad. One being, I'm still not 100% convinced that this girl has anything to do with what's going on, just because I feel like a lot of it's coming from DM, because I feel that they saw that Nick's star was rising. And
so you
that
feel like it's retaliatory.
Yeah, and I think it's purely retaliatory from DM, and using Nick predominantly with Luke as the vehicle to attach to this conversation, because again, we're sitting here on a live talking about this, and the conversation is perpetually ongoing by multiple people in the fandom, and it shouldn't be, because again, it's not based on anything that the actual people that are involved in the mix have even said. Because even her, she could just say, yeah, we're together, and but she hasn't. So
This is true. That's a good point. Maybe it is all DM at this point.
Either way, whatever it is that they're doing, hanging out, being casual, whatever it is, it's just, it's there. It hasn't been defined for the rest of us. But I also just want to caution, like, if you're seeing, like, be wary or just pay attention. Like, I think everyone has a moment of weakness where they have an emotional reactionary thing when something that you don't like happens. And so you make that initial quip. And a lot of times it happens without thinking or processing, and you just have that emotional outburst. But really pay attention to anyone that you're seeing that repeatedly goes to the body shaming and insulting, because if someone is that comfortable saying that about someone that they don't know, they could easily say that about you. So just be very, very mindful of people repeating just really, really bad behavior. And you don't want to be in a perpetual state or being in an environment where that's just constantly happening, where it's just insults and body shaming just being slung back and forth. Like, it's not a good mindset to be in. It doesn't feel great. So, just self-protect, ignore what you can. If you think it's irrelevant, it's your prerogative to do whatever. If you're feeling particularly petty on a day, just, jump in there, I guess. But, yeah, just try to keep it light. But I feel like this whole thing shouldn't be a thing. It really shouldn't.
Yeah. And I mean, it's honestly a reminder of, like, the reason I did keep it off of my lives and and then eventually didn't have it on my posts, was simply because of this. It literally took up so much additional space and time that, like, took away from Luke and Nicola. But Kim, more of a girl, did you have anything that you wanted to share in regards to this conversation or not?
No, not
Okay.
honestly, I could, as long as he's happy and he's doing what he wants to do. Even though I believe they're not meant to be.
Yep.
I could care less what he does, as long as he's enjoying his time with a friendly person. It's his choice to be who he wants.
Yep.
100% agree.
We should all be happy for him if that's what he wants.
I mean, I 100% agree that, like, in the sense of, like, it is his life to live. I mean, it genuinely is. I mean, it's and honestly, haven't you ever seen people that, like, when people get too overly involved in their life, sometimes they stay with a person out of spite, just because they're just more irritated that people feel like they have the right to dictate their life or dictate like who they should be with or whatever. So sometimes people even stay longer in a relationship, sometimes to prove everybody wrong. Sometimes if it feels like you against the world, or the two people against the world, it can join people even more than what would naturally have happened. But at the end of the day, I agree with you, Kimura of a Girl. It's like, it is his life to live. And that's why oh, go ahead.
No, I honestly think that everything happens for a reason. So he might be in this relationship for a reason. I'm not saying it's a long time thing, but maybe this is what he needs at this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree, because I think when we look back in parts of our lives and we think about like, wow, if this didn't happen or that didn't happen, you know, life would be so much different.
Yeah.
So everything happens for a reason. There's lessons along the way. And people are meant sometimes to be there for a season of life and stuff. So definitely, at the end of the day, you know, I just want, like you said, I just want Luke and Nicola to be happy. And and they know their lives more than anybody. We are really still outsiders watching, you know. What happened? Did I miss something?
No, I'm just saying, yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Just agreeing with you.
Yeah, so I mean, we remain to be outsiders in this situation. Of course, people are going to have opinions. I mean, I think it's impossible to demand people to not have thoughts about a situation. But at the end of the day, like, we are still not the ones that get to speak into his life. And he's not gonna find that important. Like, who are we really at the end of the day? We can have these fun conversations and lives, and it stays within this place in YouTube. But you know, but I mean, I just want Luke happy, and I want to make it clear that even though I'm like, I try to remain as like factual about what I'm thinking as possible. Factual about my opinions, I guess. I don't know if maybe that's the wrong phrasing about it. But the one thing I just want to make clear to people, that just because I'm not a fan of necessarily the perceived relationship or all these different things, is I do very much see the humanity of the person he is dating. There's some people that sometimes come into these lives to try to agitate and try to create arguments. And sometimes they write in big caps locks that she is a human being. There is no question about the fact that everybody recognizes her humanity. And at the same time, I'm just really not for folks that try to come into spaces to try to actively upset people or actively try to get arguments. I don't understand. I mean, I guess I don't agree with that kind of energy. And so I'm just really thankful at the end of the day that I think the people who have chosen to be in these spaces understand that you can say like, hey, I'm not necessarily like a fan of, you know, this thing or that thing. And it doesn't have to be a personal attack. It doesn't have to be diminishing someone. It doesn't have to be, you know, any of those things. And I feel like sometimes people feel like you have to go for the jugular. If you don't dislike someone, or if you don't, you know, it has to be mean spirited, and it really doesn't have to be mean spirited. And I have seen some mean spirited stuff come out in some of these chats. And that's why I ended up trying to shut it down and saying, I'm not even going to talk about it. The fact that I have even been open to having any of these discussions the last 2 lives I think I've had, maybe 3 lives, ever since the panel, is just me like dipping my toes back in and saying, can we have conversations and it remain healthy? And I think it is possible. And I think people have chosen to do that. And I really do appreciate that. With that said, I'm excited to see Luke and Nicola back. You know, hopefully they'll give us some pictures here and there when they're back to filming in September. And then we'll be here talking about it, maybe posting some stuff. So I I'll talk to Ronnie. I mean, at this point, Ronnie has been on this thing like, how many times have I brought you on, Ronnie?
I don't know, honey. I lost count.
Yeah, it's been it's at least two. Like at this point, like I feel like Ronnie could be a co-host on a few of these things. And then Kimura Girl, this is your second time joining me, and I really appreciate you coming on board as well. Especially because, again, like usually I try, especially if I'm gonna have guests, like intentional guests. Usually I ask people like at least a week ahead of time. I don't try to just spring it up on them and be like, oh, you're coming on board. But so I'm thankful that you both are just like willing to just be like, okay, we'll come on.
No, absolutely.
But any final thoughts, even though I'm way over what I said I was gonna do, any final thoughts from either of you before we head off?
Do you have something?
No, not me.
I was waiting for you to kind of...
Oh, not me.
Okay.
What, you have something?
Well, no, I was reading through the comments, and there were a little bit of a heated conversation going on with what we were talking about just before, and I understand that people care from their perspective on what happens to these folks that we obviously all care, or we wouldn't be talking about it in the first place. But yeah, like ultimately, all of that passion and consideration that you guys are feeling, it's coming from a good place, both perspectives, from what I've been seeing in the comments. So don't lose that positive love, I guess, where that's coming from. But ultimately, we're not going to know what's going on. Ultimately, we're not going to know until something is released formally, and then we can all just take a breath and accept whatever it is that comes. But yeah, so that's that on that. But on all the other fun stuff, we're gonna try to keep it light and try to keep it fun. And I'm always happy to jump on with Phoebe when she has me. So.
Same here.
Yeah, I will say too, a note from Claude, really, right? When Claude said, hey, celebrities have the right to their private lives.
Yep.
and that if you want to know really something, just go with their official announcements. They said, what did Claude say? The ones that, have been proven to be accurate.
Yeah.
Because we know that rumors can start and spread so quickly, and yet the fact checking and the truth takes far longer to travel back, and sometimes it never travels back, and so people just end up believing a lie for a really long time. And so all I will say is fact check. Don't believe everything that you hear and just assume it's true,
especially not on Twitter or
especially things
Tumblr.
that can harm people's reputations. So anyways, that's it. Thanks again for all the time.
Yay.
Enjoy. Have a good night.
Thank you.